massive drop-offs in terms of prize pool for each of these placements as we go down and down the list. There is a lot to play for, and it's time to get into the final match. The final map. Map 12 of a 12-map series coming to a close to close out 2023, Tiff. Let's lock it in and see what Joewo, Breadman, and Skullface can do. Can they win it all again? Can they get a 1.5 times multiplier? And the big question in my mind is, will it be enough, even if they do, to take down the behemoth slayers that are Shifty, Vonbot, and Hisoka?
I mean, they've already won a fourth of our lobbies today, and hey, let's see if they can make that happen, because as they hit that scav looking for some easy cash, securing a stronghold to grab themselves a little nice local UAV and a quick loadout, so not too bad of a start here. Still just on the kind of inside of zone. So decent zone pool, but they will be needing to move south. Now we think about the rotations from kind of this northwestern side. You're gonna have to go through Cargo or Seaport District and then through City. City's gonna be really dangerous, especially with the one-shot snipers in play.
Why we have a down moment here too, as these teams are looting, they're getting their resources up, they're quite literally getting their money up because you need it. This team in particular has a crazy amount of cash already. I'm looking at our leaderboard, exclamation point leaderboard in the chat. It'll pull it up for you. eFuse has a great leaderboard here that also shows individual kills. We talk about slaying power. This leaderboard shows Hisoka at 75 eliminations by himself. Second highest, 57, which is Shifty, also on his team, and then Braxton at 56. A gigantic gap between first and second, but first and second are on the same teams in terms of individual eliminations. We said kills were king in this tournament, and they are proving that by being at the top by a sizable margin of the individual leaderboard and the team leaderboard.
That's actually super insane, considering they're at 207.5 points on the leaderboard. And like, that's a large majority of those points, especially if you add in the multipliers that they've had going forward. But a team that's looking to break into the money even larger is going to be this one on your screen. Symphony taking down Gagod, getting that full, looking to go back for more of that team. A lot of things are going to start to happen here, and we see the pace of these games typically pick up. Everyone wants to get a little more aggressive and a little more feisty with this Cat AMR. You've got the second one, you took down quicker as well. Lennon grabs that full. We have an area of expertise of where that player is, and hey, goodbye. FIFA with the hype. I need FIFA like to hype everything up.
I gotta say, they just got outplayed. I mean, Sift hitting the one-shot snipes, which is gonna be hard to combat. He hits one, break shields on another. The third pushes out in the open. Could have been a crazy Twitter clip if he hit, and then ends up cleaning up with Lennon's help. A great team win overall for that squad. And as we swing over aggressively to Slack, Clutchbelk, and XLC, they are also aggressively trying to breach into a majority of this prize pool. They were hanging out inside the top 10 most of the day yesterday. They fall out of the top 15 and are now clawing their way back in with a sizable game in the last map. I think they're just outside the top 15 going forward, but close, and could walk away with a ton of cash. Again, top 10 is really where the money starts ratcheting up. I think 11th and below is $500 per team or less. 10th is about $1,000 per team.
Oof, yeah, it definitely scales down, but everyone in the money here today for the community showdown. But for Team Havoc, who have made a very gnarly run at the leaderboard here towards the end, sitting in the top 5, and they are going up against Sage on the other side, which is really important for an early engagement.
Oh, green ping? Okay.
Yeah, on top green.
And again, Huskerrs in a position to pick up a few knocks, and we'll swing over to a quick gulag to see what Braxton can do. This is going to be an important reminder. Gulags are helpful, especially because you can get back into the lobby for free, and there's no other way to do that because of our bans list, but Braxton can't. And as they pick up not only a knock, but also a cleanup, Huskerrs going to try to wipe the rest of the squad as Unrational's in trouble. Now Huskerrs a little bit in trouble, having to back up play around a car.
He's got bottom floor behind us, by the way.
Bottom floor was down. Go for that full.
Well, as Unrational goes to that gulag, Havoc able to get some damage and a full potentially onto King AJ. I will say Havoc's comms are super calm. I like it.
Okay,
Yeah, honestly, I'm impressed with that because oftentimes when you pull CDL or multiplayer players into Warzone, the comms get really hectic.
No, they're on both buildings, I'm pretty sure.
But very calm comms between this trio. Again, Unrational and Huskerrs obviously have crazy amount. I mean, we're talking thousands of hours of experience teaming together, so there's no problem bringing in a duo like this, even though they're not playing together in Urzikstan comp.
Low right here.
We'll see.
On blue ping?
On my blue.
Yo, on my body, there
Still a
was
lot to be earned. Comms flying.
Nothing.
A mortar, stuff on his body, plates. We got to get our resources up, especially when you can get shot and third-partied from thousands of angles. Continue checking out some of our other squads. And the team at the top, Ahsoka, our individual kill leader by a sizable margin over his teammate Shifty. Cash Bandits back at it again, and they've got a UAV up. They're flying at these squads.
I know. I do not want to OE for this kid. On my live.
Bounty just in front of them. Live pings going out. Trying to play around the assumption that someone is sniping in the distance and they need to make sure they know where it is and focus them first. But the first knock comes out, that's going to be directed towards Oki. And with T being the bounty, I believe there are two separate squads here, so we need to keep that in mind.
Oh, so close. He had one low. If he hits that connection, likely helps out his teammates. Now Brett in trouble. Skull was able to get up and alive. They double back, though. They pick up the free wipe. That was a misplay by his opponent, unfortunately. But a big team wipe and a big victory not to lose a player. Again, when we talk about the minutia, the difference between 1 point, 2 points, 4 points, that could be the difference between you making $30,000 or $12,000 as a team. It could even come down to something as small as losing one player but still winning a team fight instead of staying all three alive, all covering each other's advances. And here's kind of the opposite side of the coin. Havoc in trouble, gonna get wiped by, looks like Crinks potentially getting wiped by Havoc, but likely Crinks' teammates picking up the kill on Havoc, sending them all to the gulag. An opportunity to stay alive in this map. They need it. A lot on the line.
A lot on the line, a lot of cash to be had. Closes the distance, makes it with the pistol. Give them back. Now, the issue is here. We still have Unrational fully eliminated. Now, Havoc, if he could win this, this will allow Team Havoc to have a less chance of an issue. They'll have a better regain. But we go straight forward. Okay, yeah. Just need a couple more damage onto Robstar. 9 bullets in the mag. Okay, good. Getting that reload. Couple ticks. Definitely get the repositioning, but the angle comes through and it's gonna be Robstar. It's gonna win that 1v1. Now Huskerrs, last standing for Team Havoc, will have to hit a massive regain.
Look, they've done it before. They can do it again. Last time it was on Havoc's shoulders. This time it's going to be on Huskerrs' shoulders. They've been in a blender down to one player flying in a parachute before. They have a chance to restabilize, but the comms are flying between this trio, and I think I just got word that it's actually not the case. I think Huskerrs squad maybe just got full wiped. I want to get 100% confirmation on that, but coming out of the gulag, they might be full dead, and I've even got a screenshot to prove it. 24th TIFF for Team Havoc. They have fallen. They have been eliminated. They are out of this map and out of this tournament. Will they walk away with a ton of cash? Yes, but they were in 4th going into this, only leading Team Braxton by 0.6 points. They are definitely going to fall out of 5th, and it is going to be very close depending on how Team Lennon, Team Autorize, Team Serve do to catch up to Team Braxton and Team Havoc. There is about a 20-point margin between Team Havoc and the next team that could pass them. Aside from Braxton, it's all going to come down to what does Team Lennon and what does Team Autorize do for that 5th, 6th place spot to walk away with a ton of cash. So excited to watch out for that one. We'll continue to tune in with the squad right behind them and now likely surpassing them. Team Braxton with Super Evan on your screen. They're going to creep up into 4th and try to make waves to push up into 3rd.
There's also a Lodi on us.
All right, Lodi on us. Nice. Making their way off the train. Kind of popping out in a more central area. Gonna hit to that high ground, look for some information, maybe try to decide if they can find some easy fights to navigate, right? Really bolster that amount of eliminations in order for them to really work up that leaderboard. But for a team that is vying for that top spot, your first place team with a 207.5 points, Vonbot taking Brawlic here in the gulag. Utility doesn't connect. Trying to hit some shots, not gonna happen. Pulling out the akimbo pistols, going for some movement, grabbing all the cash. We are able to get that shield crack, but we can't connect. We have to reload, and we fall low. Now we're pushing closer, and now Brawlic takes that. Your #1 team. Not necessarily in shambles, but close to it.
Soka is last alive for that squad. If we know anything about them, they are nothing but, if not resilient. They can restabilize, but I said that a moment ago about Huskerrs squad, and they didn't. Who knows what's about to happen? Productions is gonna keep us updated on that. Soka is alive by himself. But here we go. Another team in the mix near the top, looking for thousands of dollars in their pocket. It looks like Joewo was able to win the gulag and get right back into the map, but Soka's now in trouble, and he got, it looks like, a suicide buy onto Shifty. Luckily does have his gulag, so we'll see what happens on that side. That might be a little bit back in time. We'll double check that here in a moment. Whew.
About to be a really big 1v1, and with the way this circle is pulling and where Team Braxton is already situated, the pull could come to be just south of Seaport District, kind of where that bridge is, kind of towards that stadium. So keep an eyesight on that. They have a redeploy here to work with. But for VonBot, this is a big gulag. Going up against Crinks. I feel like I just did. Am I in the Twilight Zone a little bit?
That's what the exact same thought that I just had. I have absolutely no idea. But all I know is VonBot's gonna have a chance to win this and doesn't do it. Crinks, a massive victory. Crinks right back onto the map. Crinks joining Aydan and Adrian to continue vying for a position near the top. Another team inside the top 5.
I think this is the wildest match of Warzone that I've ever witnessed. Another jailbreak. High alert going crazy here for Symphony. Dancing a little way, trying to hit the moves like Joewo. Close enough, but you've got to keep moving. All right, here comes the jailbreak. Friendly reminder, if you have no one alive, you must splat.
Yeah, this is the big moment too, because every team that was down to 1 player gets back up to 3. Any teams that have been fully eliminated at this point already, they have to splat. So you're not going to see more teams on the map, but you are going to see all the teams left have a full squad of a trio if they don't get fried out of the air. So it's a key delineator for jailbreak. We've seen this now a couple times. I think that's our 3rd jailbreak of day 2. And also, I believe, the 3rd jailbreak of the entire tournament total, which means all 3 have happened today rather than yesterday, which is pretty wild and definitely will help out some of the squads that maybe played more hyper-aggressive early. That could help out Hisoka in particular, who was down to 1 or 2 players. But we'll see. Here we go. Linen squad, this is one of the squads that's breathing down the necks of Team Havoc, who had a lead over Team Linen by about 20 points. But Team Havoc, as a reminder, has been full wiped and out of the game. So this team is a race against the clock. They need about 25, 26 some odd point game, which is a tall order, especially with the 1.5x being the highest multiplier you can get. They need a big, big game here.
Definitely do, and as that circle keeps pulling towards where I said it would, actually no, a little bit further south, so we're not necessarily going to go straight up to Seaport. We're going to navigate the realms below Zaravan just a little bit. Keep an eye on the cross there.
Should I do that?
This is one of the teams that we have to keep an eye on. Full 3 up, but navigating where this road is.
Yeah, can we smoke?
They can find a lot of people off guard here.
I don't think we have to.
You can see Bread's got 3 already. Again, they also need a pretty big game. Here's a team up inside. 1 on top of the building, though. Bread spotted it and had to dodge behind the truck. Great smokes. We talk about resource management. Smokes are massive. Gonna PA to potentially provide a decent bit of cover. But Braxton is flying at the team on the other side of the map. Bread in trouble, but Team Braxton is doing fantastic. The life of the tournament on the line for Team Linen on Symphony's shoulder in this gulag. This is a must-win situation. He gets 1 week, gonna ego challenge and gets it. Symphony at 6 elimination and the only player left alive for his team.
Plenty of cash. Now Skullface here. Has to go big.
Whoa.
I mean, look, I relate to that reaction. Jackal, unfortunately, getting the better there of Skullface, and the nades coming in. This can tear apart Joewo and Breadman. They have the cash to get Skull back, and that's exactly what Joewo will do. And a killer snipe to throw down as well. That's going to be on to Pen, so Swagg and Booyah likely nearby.
Gave a slight bit of reprieve from the team behind on a jump shot snipe. Put that on Twitter, my friend, but you've got to win this gunfight for it to count. Picks up one knock, potentially down range. Might be able to get a cleanup from Skullface, who's on top of the building, and Bread connects again. Bread's going flagrant on the map, and with that knock is able to grab a revive on Joe, and then swings right back to try to pick up a couple kills, but there's a self-revive on the knocked player on the left. They are playing around cover correctly. They are able to jump around the corner, and they are able to grab a knock, but the question is, where do you go from here? And Tiff, like you said before, you've got to smoke and you've got to run.
Oh, this is so tough. There the restock comes through. We have one smoke in the hands of Breadman, no plates, and they're daisy chaining these smokes in a chaotic rotation. There is a redeploy available, and it looks like Breadman might try to go ahead and hit that, but he will take some gas damage.
Okay.
But the play slow calm comes through.
No, just take this.
This is brutal.
Just take it. Okay, this is a bold move here. But know where that zone is pulling. That zone is pulling to exactly where Team Braxton already was located earlier.
That's right. They're on the edge of this zone. They're over kind of by the water, picking up a ton of eliminations. It's a full team of 3. They're low on plates, low on resources, don't have gas masks. They are on 12 eliminations. I'm glad we got a peek at that. This is a pretty big game for them, especially if they can pick up a couple more. I do want to check back in with Team Symphony. He won the Gulag entirely on his shoulders. I think they were able to restabilize. I want to see where they're at because it's a massive moment for Team Linen with Symphony to see if they can fully stabilize and potentially grab a victory here, or at the very least grab a ton of eliminations. Let's do a very quick listen in to see what they're thinking as they're in an encounter on the edge of zone here, Tiff.
I have no idea. I'm trying to figure out what that is on the map. I don't know what that is. Like right here, what is that? I'm trying to figure out if there's something we can like hide behind, isn't it? Yeah, we can go under this cliff maybe.
I have no smokes.
I don't know what. I just don't know what it is, bro.
Got gas moving in.
I'm restocking smokes right now.
I am not.
Get to the safe zone.
I'll give you a plate fee for you.
Wait, we can go fucking.
I kind of want to grab that
another smoke. I almost have another smoke. We gotta go, boys. Yep. Yeah, play this left crate. If we kill the kids above us, we're good. Alright, smoke. Go.
I'm holding. Oh yeah.
Fine. Good. Fine.
Down.
Run away.
Left. Yo, weak.
Where? In front of me, this one. I smoked it. Go, come left.
Pressing. I have no plates.
Wow, we're in a bad spot here.
Need plates or no?
Lay down.
I'm dead.
I'm fucked.
Relocating the safe zone.
Did I look at? Oh my god.
Lay down. We are fucked, bro.
What is going on, boys?
Plates or no? Plates or no?
I might be able to get
Yeah. 3. There. We might be able to kill these kids on the right. The kids on the right are behind something, bro.
No, get on the left. I think we kill these.
Left.
Yeah?
Crack.
One in.
Can we get to them?
Find the rock.
Get up on the rocks.
A fantastic rotation. They somehow haven't lost anyone, but now they're finally getting picked off. They had little to no cover, and they're out of smokes. They might creep FIFA kill all the way in. He might stay alive, but they're going to lose 2 in the process, Tiff.
That is Team Braxton at the helm of the demise. Attract going down. Colors trying to hit that self-res. Gets fooled in the meantime. Will Attract be able to keep the dream alive? Doubles down and completely gets that team wipe. We do have a buy station here, but not enough cash. Being able to get the shambles here. Who do you buy back with the mere dollars? You get Z Colors back into the mix of things. But Braxton, last alive for the squad. Final 5 teams. We've had a lot of big names go out. QLC out. Noobs out. Wars out. So many things. Breadman even out. So Team Braxton, this could be big for the squad. Not going to connect on that sniper, and that's okay.
That guy was in a goal.
Lennon out of here, 4th place. They grabbed the 2nd highest multiplier and a ton of eliminations to boot. The question is, did they do enough? A lot of math to be had behind the scenes, but still a lot of Warzone to be played in these final moments. There are 5 teams left, Tiff. 6 players. This is the only duo. Now, here's that buyback coming through from earlier. The only duo left alive aside from the quick buyback that we saw just a few seconds ago. But as we jump forward in time, now it's down to a final 2v2 with Colors and Attract finally coming into their own. A trio that has played together in the past. They intend to compete together into the future of Urzikstan. They've had an up and down tournament, but a chance to finally put up a massive game to earn a bit of cash. Attract is currently on 10 eliminations by himself. There's somebody out in the smoke. It's Colors. Colors finds one, and Piero Cod goes down, and they get 2nd place at the end of the day. A rough fight and a gas play from, I believe, Piero, King AJ, and Shucks, I think was the winner of that one. I don't know, but it was chaos. A crazy way to finish this tournament.
You're not wrong on the team that just took the victory, but it was a crazy way to end. And
nice.
with 2 names that were not inside the top 5, it is begging the question of where everyone shook out, how many eliminations they had. Were they able to get into that 1.3x multiplier, or at least the best that they possibly could? Because we knew the pace was going to pick up in this final game, and it definitely did with some interesting zone pulls. Now we just have to let the admins do their work and see how everything shakes out.
A wild finish, and I gotta say, hopping between the different streams, sometimes there's delays, and we got a little crazy in those final moments, but it was, by the way, Piero, Shucks, and King AJ getting that final victory, and I think you called it out perfectly, Tiff. Those are 2 teams that really weren't in contention for the top 5, but it also, you gotta think about the math side of things, it also prevented some of the top teams, like Braxton, who was last alive inside the top 4 or so, from getting the 1.5 that could potentially thwart a victory of one of the other squads just ahead of him. The big notes, though, are obviously Breadman Snipes, but they fall 7th overall in this map, and Team Lennon drops in 4th. So will it be enough? It's going to be razor-thin margins with 12 games. We always talk about Warzone tournaments being decided within a single point margin, and you're still seeing that between 12 games. It goes to show how tight these competitions